Good Saturday morning, my friends. I hope all of you are doing great. It is Saturn's Day. We've got one more week until Samhain, which is kind of exciting. We always decorate for Halloween, but not this year. And, who would have thought that last year on Halloween, when everybody was putting on a mask, that would be the way that we would live most of 2020. Goodness me, times they are changing. You guys, I have a couple of new Traveler's Notebook style flow journals. Now, when I say Traveler's Notebook, it means that they simply have a rounded spine. You've got two signatures in these 4 pockets. Now, we're calling this a taster's journal because it gives you a taste of working in a big flow journal. So if you've been wondering what a flow journal is, would you gravitate to a flow journal? Would you make it part of your art day? This is a great way at $25 to figure out if that would be part of your journey. The shipping on these is $8.40. I can't get around that. I went to the post office to ship a few of these last week, and one was actually $15 to mail. I'm sure it's just because they're thick and heavy, you guys. So I'm going to have to stick with the $8.40 on the shipping, but at $25 plus $8.40, it's still a great deal. Let's check out and see what we have up here. We also, have our assortment of hairy paper clips, and those are always fun because you've got fabric up here, you've got twine, you've got ribbon, you've got all kinds of things to play with at the top of the book. So let's just kind of flip through and see what we have here. We've got our 3x3 mini book. This is awesome for, if you're just intimidated by big thick books, a little 3x3 glue book is a great way to start and finish a book in one day. So if you can use it as a glue book or a favorites book or maybe an appreciation journal or a gratitude journal or something like that, that is always a fun project for those 3x3 mini books. We have, I'm going to hiccup. Okay, it went away. I'm always tickled at Mia because she almost sneezes and then she doesn't, and it's like, I know exactly how she feels. You've got elements for collage. We've got vintage text papers in here for you, and when I say vintage, I mean actual vintage. These are deli papers right here. We don't do any of the printables. Everything in here is authentic. It's not computer generated, which there's nothing wrong with that. I can't do stuff like that. That's why there's nothing printable in here. I do printables over at my Patreon site, but I can't draw on a iPad or anything like that. I don't have an iPad. You'll also find that you have clusters. Now, these are kind of mini clusters. These are already curated items that you can put into, you can make anything out of. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things right there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things on that one page for you to explore with, to really expand your creativity. Maybe you want to make art trading cards or art trading coins, or just go on a collage journey. To me, collage is like it, man. That is what my uncle did, and I've kind of followed in his footsteps. I love collage. I think it is a great way to really let that flow energy come out of your fingertips and onto a page. Eyeballs, fingertips, onto a page. It's a very wonderful sort of feeling to create with collage. Keys to good cooking. These are recipe conversions. They've got all kinds of cool imagery here. We've got some Farmer's Almanac for you. This is vintage wrapping paper, another little creative element right here. This is an 1878 signature. I thought that was super neat. I tried to put all kinds of wonderful papers, items, images, textures, words. Of course, a lot of these are, not a lot, you're going to have magazine cutouts, magazine elements in here because they're just fun to play with. A magazine is a great place to source imagery from. And then, you know, you can always alter that imagery that you sourced from a magazine. This says fresh flowers. This reminds me of my friend's bicycle. She lives down the block. Now, my bicycle is like I've got a mountain bike, essentially a mountain bike, and it looks like mountain bike-ish. But my friend has like a little bike, and she has a basket on the front, and she has a little place on the back, and a little place where she can put books and things like that. It's just the cutest thing in the whole wide world. I think mine's a little more built for speed, you know, than that. But I adore that little bicycle. I just think that it's really, really cute. You've got 8 pockets in here too. This is a great way to warm up in the morning. You can cool down in the afternoon. You're working with minimal supplies here, so no need to go through your bins and drag stuff out. And you know, let's face it, if you drag stuff out, you got to put things away. And sometimes just the putting away or the dragging out kind of really does suck away that creative energy that you might spend on your projects. So there we go, my friends. We've got one Traveler's Notebook here. This is the next Traveler's Notebook Style Flow Journal. Don't you love that bird? I think that this fabric is super cool. This is the end of it. I'm really grateful to Miss C for sending this. This is truly a very inspiring fabric to work with. And we've got our sweet little bead strand here. Let's crack. I wanted to measure these. You know, we like to measure our Big Mama Flow journals. Now, this one comes in at 3 1/4. Let's just measure this real quick. So what I'm getting at, y'all, is, you know, you don't have a tiny journal. You have, this is 3 inches as well. You don't have a tiny journal. Even though they're designed Traveler's Notebook style, you've still got girth, you've still got possibilities, you've still got a lot of things to explore and create with. We start off with our pocket here, and of course our 3x3 mini book. Love that image. Vintage wrapping paper. This was a caramel cake, and it was just so pretty. I had to cut out the cake and just make it into a page for our flow journal. We've got some French writing here. These are the strings that Chris is currently using on his guitar. I did not even have to say, hey, can you keep those packages for me? He was changing strings, and the next time I walked downstairs, he had all of, you know, 6 packs laying on the steps for me, the stairs for me. It was like, again, you know, you've got these clusters to work with, which are a lot of fun, already curated, so you don't even have to think too much about it. And I think that that is, again, we've got this cluster here, is really fun. Sometimes we get kind of all sucked in and, you know, to a thought process, and the thought process kind of works as a vampire and kind of drains our creative energy away. This is a really quick way to jump into the day to get something done. You know, maybe before you go to work, maybe if you work from home, you could look at this as a break book. You know, if you've got a coffee break or something like that, then this is a great way to spend that break instead of in front of the TV or scrolling through Facebook. Grab your Traveler's Notebook and create, and you'll just feel better. I've been distancing myself from the news, you know, just absolutely the world in general. I have stopped reading. I don't want to read anything anymore. I don't want to think too much about anything anymore. I feel like it really, it's like opening, look at that, isn't that sweet? It's like opening a vein and just letting out all of your blood and your energy. You know, just don't scroll, don't watch. But do what you want to do. If you want to scroll and you want to watch, then do it, my friends. You have to do what's right for you. Just my little way that I'm staying sane these days. My way to stay sane is not everybody's way to stay sane. And we end with another little pocket over here that says Key to My Heart. So you guys, I will get these on in the Etsy shop a little later on today. Well, I think I can do that this morning. So we'll get these on this morning. I do have 2 Big Mama Flow journals to get in the shop today as well. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for spending a Saturday with me. I appreciate you. See you soon. Bye.